Hey everybody, welcome back to Jeff Also Cooks, where we are dressed today in our best holiday outfit for, the holidays. And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be making mint chocolate fudge and homemade candy canes, which as it turns out are pretty difficult and dangerous to make, but we're going to get to that in just a minute. First, we got to get started on this fudge. So, get out a heating implement and a couple of pots. Give your pots a twirl. This step is definitely required. After that, into one of the pots, you are going to deposit 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 1 cup of sweetened condensed milk, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Mix that all together over a low heat until it looks like, melted chocolate. And then you're going to take half of that and put it into a square pan lined with wax paper. I didn't do that, it was a huge mistake. Take that portion of the mixture, put it in the fridge for 10 minutes, and in the meantime, you are going to mix together in a different pot 6 ounces of white chocolate, half a cup of sweetened condensed milk, a tablespoon of peppermint extract, and if you're feeling crazy, a little bit of food coloring. It can be whatever food coloring, you do you, I'm not your dad. Take out the first half of that chocolate that's been sitting in the fridge for the last 10 minutes and pour this mixture over top of it, spreading it out into an even layer and depositing it back into the fridge for a further 10 minutes. This is going to give you enough time to do your dishes. And once 10 minutes has passed, you know what to do. You're going to heat up the remaining half of that chocolate and you are going to layer it on top of that white chocolate layer. Return it to the fridge now for 2 hours to set up, and that is going to give us enough time to start on the main event, the homemade candy canes. This is going to get interesting. To another pot, go ahead and add 1 1/2 cups of granulated sugar, half a cup of clear corn syrup, and 2 tablespoons of water. Bring that up to 265 degrees Fahrenheit. Be sure to put on gloves for this part because if it spits and gets on you, that's gonna be a bad time. Once you've reached 265 degrees Fahrenheit, go ahead and add half a teaspoon of cream of tartar. Be careful when adding this is going to cause it to spit. After adding that, whisk it in and bring it up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, or the hard cracking temperature of sugar. Once you've hit 300 degrees Fahrenheit, you're gonna remove that pot from the heat, stir in your peppermint extract. I used about 3 tablespoons. It really depends on your taste. Once again, be careful when adding the peppermint extract. It's a lot like adding water to oil. It does not like it. It's going to spit, it's going to steam, it's going to get you right in the face, and it is going to stink. It has been days and my house still smells like peppermint. Please send help. Now get out 2 baking sheets with a silicone mat on it. You can see here I used parchment paper. That was another mistake you'll see in a second. Don't do that. Get 2 silicone mats. Place one of the trays into a oven at 200 degrees just to keep it warm. And in the other tray, go ahead and mix the melted sugar with some food coloring using a bench scraper until it becomes too much of a solid and it's sticking to the bench scraper. Go ahead, give your bench scraper a scrape, and then with your hands, preferably in gloves because this is going to be extremely hot, you are going to grab the sugar, roll it out, roll it into a cylinder, stretch it, fold it over itself, stretch it again, fold it over itself, roll it out. Just keep doing that process until you're completely satisfied that it's all mixed together and looks pretty cool, kind of like this space age looking dildo. Next up, you're going to remove the mixture from the other one and do the exact same thing. I didn't use food coloring on this side. The more you stretch and roll and stretch and roll, the whiter just sugar by itself is going to get. So I wanted to go for a white and blue kind of effect, so I didn't need to add any white food coloring into this. Another main mistake is that I let my white sugar get too cold, so when I tried to roll it together, it didn't take and it just cracked. It was a whole nightmare. You have to do this when this is all very, very hot. Do not let it cool down. Maybe keep it on a heating rack like this, and then you are just going to twist together your 2 ends, rolling those out and forming them into candy canes and just leaving them on the countertop to cool. They do not take long to cool down. Are these perfect? No, of course they're not. This is my first time making candy canes, of course, but honestly, they're never going to be as good as the ones you can get in the store. However, it is a nice little gift to bring around the holidays because it's kind of unexpected for you to make your own candy canes, especially with how difficult candy making is. But if you're looking for a fun gift that's unexpected and, well, not easy to make, but if you're looking for a fun gift to bring around the holidays to a party or to give out around the office, go ahead and make these. They're fun, people really appreciate it, and honestly, they taste amazing. Well, they taste like candy canes, and candy canes taste amazing. Next next, our mint chocolate fudge. We are going to remove it from the fridge after the 2 hours has passed, and it will take you about 2 hours to roll out those candy canes. You are going to then flatten it to your desired thickness. I like it about 1/2 inch thick. You are going to shape it back into a square if you're using a rounded square pan like I was. Cut out pieces to your desired size, and there you go. That's it. That's kind of how you make mint chocolate fudge. It's super easy, and oh god, it tastes amazing. It really, really does. It tastes so good. This is a recipe I can highly recommend. It only takes 2 hours, and most of that is just it doing its own thing in the fridge. Very easy, very fast, very fun, very tasty. Anyways, that's it for me. I am going to try and get the smell of peppermint out of my house.